I don't need an introduction, do I? Not after 1,310 videos. Oh, you know who I am. Right. Campbell Hatton against this Norton 10 guy in Gibraltar on a pay-per-view show. Let's back up a little bit, shall we? Let's just back up a little bit first. Campbell Hatton got smashed to pieces by Eddie Hardy from Doncaster. Not long ago, before lockdown, not long ago. There's been other incidents like that, but they're giving him the big build-up like he's the second coming of Aaron Pryor. Now, fair enough, he's Ricky Hatton's son, but does that mean that he should get documentaries done about him and get on Good Morning TV or Good Morning Britain, wherever it's called, and Sky Boxing and Match, all that? Look, they're promoting him, aren't they? They're going to do a good job, aren't they? But they're going to do a Conor Benn job on him, aren't they? But point I want to make is, what about all the other kids at Matchroom that are not getting no airtime? Does that seem right? I don't know. Well, they've all got it off to a T now. It's a well-oiled machine in it, Matchroom. Wear your Man City top and blah-de-blah and say this, do that. Joshua's going to, management team going to look after you. It's all nice and cosy, isn't it? It's all nice and cosy, but let's look at it like this. If you was a car mechanic and you started out in your job and you did 10 head gaskets on a Mercedes, yeah, and each head gasket that you did, they came back after a couple of days complaining, would you be somebody who would get a reputation as the man to go to? Because I look at it like this. There's tyre fitters, you know, them who do brake pads, tyres, exhausts, and there's mechanics, right? There's a difference. People say they're a mechanic, don't they, when they fit exhaust and tyres and brake pads. They're not. They're not mechanics. A mechanic's somebody on spanners. That's true. That's my opinion. But the waters get muddied in the middle. So this guy that he's fighting, he's had 10 bites at the cherry, hasn't he? He's had 10 goes. He's had 10 good hidings. So what does that mean? It means he can't fight, doesn't it? That's what it means. You can't fight, son. Go and do something else. If you did a maths exam at school and you got 0%, right? 0% out of 100, and you left school then and you got a job as a drug dealer, you wouldn't be able to count up money, would you? So you'd get a good idea, wouldn't you? You'd be up road, wouldn't you? So this guy can't fight. So he's fighting a guy who can't fight. So it's a knockover job, isn't it, for him to look good? The kid's done not wrong. He's a nice kid. He looks all right and that, but I'm not happy with all hype around it all. I'm not happy with all them other kids at Matchroom that are not getting any exposure because the dad isn't famous, because the dad's not been a world champion. I think it's madness. I mean, how many world champions, how many boxers have we had how many boxers have we had whose dads were world champions, who've gone on to be world champions? How many? Is there many? I'm not so sure. But Sky are going to jump all over it, aren't they? Because they've got a tried and tested method, haven't they, with Conor Benn? Conor Benn's not gone for a British title, and Campbell Hatton won't. They all talk about the British title, but they don't go for it, do they? They all want to get that money, don't they? And I can understand that. It's called prize fighting. But don't tell me it's this and that and blah-de-blah. And, you know, I've Adam Smith saying, he's a chip off the old block and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You're going to get all that. And his dad was rough, tough, rugged and sizzling action. You're going to get all that crap spewed over the next few days. That's what you're going to get. But what do I make of the show? I think it's a load of crap. I think it's like Eric Molina, who's dug him up. Where they got him from? City Road Cemetery. Dennis used to dig him up from there, didn't he, for Ross Bacon's show? He used to get Chris Smedley to go around with a spade and dig bodies up. It's a shocking card, isn't it? But it proves that Dylan White didn't want to spend any money, does it? Big bully boy, Dylan White. Eh? Unbelievable. But I had to laugh when somebody sent me a text saying that Ricky Hatton was sloshed out in his mind last night. I mean, Ricky Hatton for you, isn't it? All them millions in bank and he's letting his son be a boxer. Sort of man lets his son be a boxer who's got millions. I don't know. I won't. It's each to their own, isn't it? Each to their own. Is anybody from the boxing media or the YouTube world, any of these YouTubers, you know, the ones that have got the tongue up everybody's hula hoop, are they going to ask Frank Warren why Carl Frampton's not fighting on BT Sport? We want to know, don't we? Why is Carl Frampton not on BT Sport? Why is he going to be fighting on IFL? What's all that about? I don't know. Can't Warren afford to put the show on, or don't BT Sport want him on? I don't know. What's going on? Is anybody going to ask some proper questions? We want to know. Why is Carl Frampton not fighting on BT Sport? Is Rob Tebbett going to ask? Is Umar IFL Umar going to ask? Is Cougs going to ask? Oh, Cougs can't, can he? Because he's too busy hanging out at the back of Eddie Hearn's hoop. He's waiting for an operation to be removed from there. Him and Dave Caldwell and Bellew, Tony Bellew. But, okay. You want Brian Ralph? Okay. It's a great fighter, Turo Gary. He had a great left hook of 43 times. Right, moving on. The WBA, is that the worst sanctioning body now out of the 5? I'd say it is. I mean, they're all as bad as each other, but I'd say the WBA is now the worst. Has everybody seen the letter on social media that Gilberto Mendoza sent to Eddie Hearn? Oh my God! How's he getting away with that? Hey, how's they getting away with that? That is rimming off of the charts. It's on another scale. I can't believe the rimming. I can't believe it. I can't believe the rimming on that. Can't believe it. It's shocking from Gilberto Mendoza, but these people are whores. Let me tell you, whores. You know what? We all know what a whore is, don't we? Something you don't respect, innit? Well, these people are whores. The WBA, you are whoring yourselves out. Whores. But what can you do? I thought David Diamante were bad. White man pretending to be a black man. White man growing dreads. So that about? I don't get that. But each to their own, innit? Each to their own. Oh, should I have said that? I don't care. Right. Jonas Taylor. It's a good fight. But why haven't we got Terry Harper in there with Katie Taylor? Why not? Oh, I forgot. They're going to milk it a little bit more, aren't they, with Terry Harper? Why is Terry Harper not in there with Katie Taylor after all that rimming that they were doing around Katie Taylor last year? Saying how great she is, this and that, and Sky, well, we could have it pupil against the teacher and all this. Katie Taylor and old Jen against next gen. I could see Eddie's pound signs flashing up. But then Jonas set about her, didn't he, and put hands on her. Put hands on her. Well, punched her upside down and made her cry. And now they don't look like they want to fight Jonas, does it? So Jonas is going to fight Katie Taylor. She wants to challenge herself and be known as the best. So Natasha Jonas, who's a little sweetheart, isn't she, by the way? Natasha Jonas, she has to be given respect. But what about Terry Harper? For starters, she's got that running style where they're frightened to death. Now she's been punched for the first time. She don't want to fight Taylor because she get knocked out against Taylor. So they're now going to put her in with school dinner ladies. But you've got Natasha Jonas and Katie Taylor, proper fighting people, aren't they? Olympians, they're going to fight. So shame on Steffi Bull. But they're going to try and prolong it as long as they can, aren't they? Terry Harper, I thought, got exposed. Nobody's going to say it, though, are they? Because she get called a hater. Borky, you're a hater. You can't say that. She got exposed. She didn't want to fight Jonas again. So what will happen is she'll fight Katie Taylor, and let's hope Jonas knocks her out. If not, she'll probably get jobbed on scorecards. But the judges are going to need looking at for this fight. So I would probably, studying Joe Gallagher's career over the last 20 years, knowing Joe Gallagher, he will probably have plenty to say about the judges, and he will mention it at press conferences. Watch this space. Carl Froch and Marvin Hagler, what have they got in common? Well, Carl Froch was world champion, wasn't he, from 2008 up to retired, did he, 2015? Last fight, 2014. Agler were a champion, wasn't he, from 80 to 87. So both had 2 losses, both world champions, both hard men, both big punchers. But you know what the common denominator is about both Carl Froch and Marvin Hagler? You know what the common denominator is? Have a think about that while I just do a Darren G. Marvin, you're not hard. Right. Darren G is funny. I'm a big Darren G fan. Right. Carl Froch and Marvin Hagler, what have they got in common? They both had the same trainer all the way through their careers and both paid 10% on every single fight. Did I say something strange then? Because a lot of fighters these days, they're on a set fee. They're not on 10%. Sorry, a lot of trainers are on set fees. Carl Froch and Marvin Hagler paid 10% all the way through their careers. Nowadays, you get certain boxers, they get above the station before they've even fought for a European who established pay-per-view fighters, and they don't pay 10%, do they? They start wanting to negotiate and things like that. Mentioning no names. But it's not hard to work out, is it? So Carl Froch and Marvin Hagler, they're one of your own, aren't they, them two? So Marvin Hagler, may you rest in peace. I hope you're up there having crack with people like Sugar Ray Robinson and Krusty Amato and, you know, people like that. People who've passed on, Rocky Marciano, people like that. He's from the same area, isn't he, Marciano and Hagler? They're having crack about boxing, looking down on us, but Carl Froch and Hagler, proper fighting men. They didn't dodge anybody, did they? He went and got him with John McGarvey, didn't he, Hagler? That's when people thought you were on slide. McGarvey was 25-0, had he knocked anybody out? I'm not so sure. I think he might have done. He knocked a lot of them out. Went on to win the WBC light middle, didn't he? Well, McGarvey were a massive, freakish puncher. Freak. He was a freak. Hagler, yeah, I'll fight him. He fought everybody, Hagler, didn't he? I mean, Hagler, Ernst, Leonard, Duran, they all fought 9 times, didn't they? But Hagler fought everybody. Carl Froch fought everybody. Who did the Carl Froch not fight? Fought everybody. What we got now? What we got? Hey? We got Ali with 16 wins on world champions. It'd be 26 today because of that many belts. Tyson Fury's got 3. But we're talking about him as best of era and as a GOAT. Vladimir's got 20, hasn't he? He was best of his era. Tyson's got 3. What's Joshua got? 5? Something like that, 5 or 6. I'm not sure. I have to double check that. What's Ortiz got? Sorry, what's Wilder got? He's got 2 wins over Ortiz. He never won a world title. So who's Wilder's best wins? 2 wins over Staverni's got Wilder. Is that it? So Wilder's got 2. Fury's got 3. That's 5. And Joshua, what they got? 10, 11 between them. God, Cobra's got that. Marvin Hagler's got 7 wins over world champions. 7. Had a lot of fights though, didn't he? He had about 50 fights, didn't he? Hagler, something like that, before he beat Minter. Point I want to make is people learned the craft in them days, didn't they? But too many people want to cut corners to get to the pound notes. I mean, you know, it's the same old people lining the same old pockets in the same old families in the sport of boxing. Nobody's doing a thing about it, are they? Nobody's saying out, are they? All these people we access, they're not respected in the sport, but they're needed to get out there. But they're not respected because they're not asking the proper questions, are they? Frightened to death to ask anything. So let's see if somebody's going to put it on Frank Warren and ask him why Frampton's not on BT Sport. Rob Tebbett likes to think that he's brave, doesn't he? Well, let's see. Let's see if Rob's going to ask. So, which brings me to my last point. Yeah. Last point I want to make is, why is it fighters nowadays, when they lose, they come out with things like side netting job, wasn't it? Deflected off Gary Neville's foot, or Mr. Dependable. While I was flying down wing for Liverpool. You know. Now, the point I want to make is Mike Tyson got beat against Buster Douglas, didn't he, right? He got beat when he was 23 years of age. How old was Joshua when he lost to Ruiz? How old? I know, 29, 30, something like that, wasn't he? We had all that wheeled out. Well, he's learning on job and that. Learning on job. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He's a world championship silver. A bit learning on job. Learning on the job? Come on. Learning on the job. Hey? Had all them fights and what did he have? About 10 title defences as a world champion. Won a British and Commonwealth. Won a world title and had about 10 defences. And all of a sudden you get wiped out and you're learning on the job. But then we had it with Terry Harper when she drew against Jonas. She's learning on job and all that. World champion! You know, we've had it with Dylan White when he got knocked out, didn't we, against Povetkin. Learning on job. Is that the new excuse now? We're learning on the job. We're willing to take all your money, millions of pounds in pay-per-view money. If we get beat, we're going to wheel Eddie Hearn out and they're going to wheel that Spotty Frank Smith out and Mr. Bean, old Rumpelstiltskin. We're going to wheel all these people out, Macklin Nelson and Tony Bellew, if they can part him from Eddie Hearn's hoop. Caldwell, he's stuck up there. There's no hope for him, and he's already too far up the hoop. They wheel all these people out, mate. Wheel all these people out. They're just going to come out with excuses. Well, he's learning on the job and blah, blah, blah. Look, if you're willing to take the money, right? What's this here? Is it? If they're willing to take the money off people, right? They can't be coming out with excuses when they get beat, because that's no good. That's no good at all. You get beat, you swallow, don't you? Like Joshua got beat against Ruiz. He didn't come out with any excuses. He didn't need to, because Eddie Hearn can come out and he's the one that's going to take all the brunt. The wheel Eddie Hearn out, don't they? Say, well, you know, learning on job. World Championship silver, Olympic gold medalist, 10th world title defence, British champion. But he's learning on the job. Mike Tyson never said that, and Don King did they? When he got beat by Buster Douglas, just took it on chin, didn't they? Well, they did try to get it overturned and that, but learning on the job, that's the no excuse. And I don't want to hear about stuff like that, learning on the job and blah, blah, blah. You're willing to take the pay-per-view money, you get beat, take it on the chin, be a man. So, all right. And that's about it, really. But the channel's pushing on. I've just been adding it up. Got a few days left. We're trying to get an average of 5,000 views per video for the month, and we're really close, actually. I thought we were about 4,000, but I just added it all up. For this month, it's nearly 5,000. So we might just fall short of it. But so I'm really, really, really impressed considering where we've come from. So I want to thank Cameron. I want to thank a few people, actually. I want to thank Cameron, the tech guy. I want to thank Jamie in Leeds, the kid from Manchester who helped me. He did a few videos with me. Nicola, whose brother owns this. She works for Dennis now. That's a long story. I want to thank Nicola as well. Who else? Who else do I want to thank? K Official. They did some the 6 months with me. Rico, my pal, who co-founded it. We're in a good place. It's in a good place now. We've hit all the targets for the foundation to be laid now. So, well, we will in the next 5 days. So I'm really happy, and I've just got a couple more videos to get out now for the 10 members ones. Well, thank you very much. So we're really happy. We're really happy. But it's Friday. You know what happens on a Friday, don't you? I get that Friday feeling, but there's no booze in my house, no crisps and chocolate. 14 stone 4 this morning. That's the lightest I've been since I was an infant at school. I think that's the lightest I've been since 2005. All right. Big shout out to Chris Smedley's gym. King's Boxing. Thanks for the new threads, Chris. Hoodie. The t-shirt, Chris, what you give me? Or Matt, the kid who runs gym with him, would fit my 8-year-old daughter, Ruby. It would fit her. It's too small for me. It's a 34 chest t-shirt. The only person I know who could get in it and would wear it and pull it off is Flex Wheeler, Dominic Ingle, because he likes them that tight. In fact, it might even be too big for Dominic, that 34 chest t-shirt. Might be too big for him, might need to get it tucked in a bit. So Chris, so that's no good, the t-shirt, Chris, Matt. It's no good. But this, all right, isn't it? Can't see. Hey, all we need now is Liverpool to win Champions League and topple Chelsea for 4th place, and it'll be a good year for the Porkster. So, all right, maybe an early finish, 10 to 12. Well, it'll be 2 when I leave here. I'm going for my Vaccine as well today. Let's have a look. I'm going for my Vaccine at, I said to Carl Proctor I'm going to have it done, but I am now. Because I'm going abroad in May, so. Mansfield. Former Wickes store in Mansfield. Right? It's only 30 miles, is it? Something like that. So that's about it. So, and then back in June for the second one. So it's all good. So everybody have a great weekend. There's some videos to go out. There's a Mickey Theo one, I think, to go out. I'll film Monday. That'll go out this weekend. I'm sure there's another one as well. The Terry ones have gone out. I think there's a couple of member ones to go out. I think there'll be about 8 members videos after today. I think there'll be 8, yeah. 8, and then there's just two more to do. We'll probably do a weapon at week next week. Might put that on, and then another one. And I might put the helmets on, the members, a day early. Let all members have it earlier because, well, they're paying, aren't they? So they can have it a day earlier than the rest of everybody else. So, all right, so have a great weekend. We've got Simon coming on tonight. Oh yeah, Simon. Yeah, so there's Simon and helmets, I think. That's the 10 members one done, and then I'll throw you Simon and the weapon to do, and then that's the 10 members. You've already had probably 25, more than 20. You've had more than 20 on YouTube, so you've had a good month, haven't you, this month? You've had a good month. So, all right. Look at Dennis over there on my wall. Strutting about on my wall. Have a look who else is on here. Mick Whale over there, curry house with me. Mick Whale loves a curry. All right then, peace out. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing the videos and joining our members area. People keep asking, Porky, how do you join members? Well, if you can't suss it out, save your money. Peace.